Hello to my review of the 50mm 1.8 Canon. Hope you enjoy. So what's in the box with the 50mm 1.8? Version 2 of course. Version 1 had a metal mount, but to that later. There's the standard Canon box. It's really small because the lens is really small. There's the 50mm 1.8 with the front cap and the rear cap, both Canon logos. And there's a blue sheet, which is shit, and the European warranty system. They don't include a lens hood as every time. Canon is at this point. Nikon and Sigma and Tamron and Tokina deliver a lens hood with the lens, but Canon doesn't do that. You have to buy a lens hood for about 20 or 23 euros, which isn't a lens hood for this lens. It's a lens hood for another lens, and you just fit it in the filter thread here, and then you have an adapter for the other thing, and it's not that great. Some features of the Canon 50mm 1.8. There are not much features. The f-stop is 1.8. It's a prime lens, 50mm on full frame, and about 80 on this cropped 40D. If you want a 50mm lens, which is a standard lens on full frame, which you can do many things, you have to buy a 28mm or a 35. There is no exact thing for those. There's also, I think it's a 30mm Sigma 1.4 or 1.8, but this doesn't fit on full frame if you want to upgrade later. It has a micro motor. Focusing isn't that fast, I will show you that, and that's all about it. Now to the build quality of the 50mm. I can't say that it's good. It's plastic all around. The mount is out of plastic. The focusing ring is out of plastic. The switches are plastic, like in every Canon lens. And the barrel is plastic. It extends when you're focusing. And the focus ring is tiny and shit. Also, there is dust in my lens, and I only have it for 2 months now. I don't know if Canon can clean this lens. I have to ask for Canon to clean it in a year, I think, if it doesn't break in a year, because it's so cheap. But I don't think much about the cheap build quality. That really sucks, because the glass is really great. Probably you can see the hair in it. It's on the rear element, on the inside, and I just don't get it away from there. I hope it doesn't go in the middle. It's on the right side. So cheap. Focus of the 50mm 1.8 isn't that fast. Do it too. But it's also not so slow. It's accurate in most situations. Not if it's really dark, then it has to use the pop-up flash or external flash. So here to my little test of the minimal focusing distance, for you to see why I don't like, why I would like it to be less. If I'm going from here, no focus, no in focus. 45 centimeters isn't that great. Now a little test on the DOF, sorry. Good. It's a really short and small field here. If I focus on the C, only the C is sharp, and it's about a half centimeter on 1.8. Here are some test samples for bokeh and vignetting. So here are my test samples for the 50mm 1.8. That was my focusing test, which probably will. You see some color fringe in here, which I haven't seen yet, but here you see it very well. and also it's not focused on the sea, right? But that's okay. The color fringing is pretty massive here, but you have to say from this distance you don't see it. But here, whoa, I didn't expect it. But okay, it's white to black. That's a really great contrast. What you also notice is a bit vignetting, but I show you that later. Here's one of the two bokeh files that I did. You see a very smooth bokeh, focused right on here. Also color fringing. And it's sharp for 1.8. It's not hell-ass kicking sharp, but it's sharp enough. And here's another bokeh file. You have please look at this circle here. Is it round? Okay, the circle is pretty round, and also it's not that sharp at 1.8. It's really sharp at 2.8. But I wanted to show you the rest of the 1.8. Then here we go for my vignetting test. That's the shot at 1.8. I can show you this. Here 1.8 ISO 400 50mm 1.8 version 2. Shot with a 40D, and you see pretty much vignetting, but you can remove it with one click. And here is the sample for 2.5, and there's less vignetting here. Pretty the same as 2.5. Don't see a big difference here, but it's sharp instead. Yeah, it's sharp at 5.6. There's a difference between 5.6 and 4. Here's 4. Here's 5.6. There's 8, and that's 5.6 again, and 5.6, 8. Not much difference, but there's not much vignetting at all, mostly in this corner here. And I've got f16. Okay, f8 and f16, there's no difference between those two. And here are my sample shots, just to see. That's my grandma, and it's pretty sharp for 1.8, so it can be sharp at 1.8, but the focus for the white wall and such a thing is a bit incorrect, and also if you are on the minimal focusing distance. Just look a bit. Here you can see a really nice bokeh with very round bokeh balls, and the aperture blade is good. I think it's a 6 or 8, I don't know. But it's working very well. If you want to take a deeper look in my photos, just look at my Flickr page, which you find the link in the description. Also here you can see very rounded bokeh and really nice color. It's a really great lens. And that's also very sharp, and you see again the nice bokeh and the shallow depth of field in this photo. Also here. I don't know what happened to this photo. Right now it isn't that great, but I had a version where the eyes were really The conclusion for the 50mm 1.8 is that every Canon shooter should have this lens in his bag, because it's cheap, it has good image quality, and it's small. It's lightweight, small. Lightweight isn't that great. The build quality isn't that great. Focusing is okay, not at night, but just okay. And I hope you buy it. Thanks for watching.